Hi, this is Carol and welcome to my studio. I hope you enjoy this next abstract that I painted. I named it LOLLI. I've got a list of the colors that I used for this painting. And starting with the titanium white, I mixed that with burgundy for my pink and rose. Now I'm showing you that I'm putting on the circles. That's the beginning of the abstract, and I used a gold acrylic marker. The circular tins are actually pot covers. Now you could use anything you want for the circular cover, which could be a paper plate or even a Tupperware container. I started out my painting putting on the first coat of the pale rose color, and now I'm doing the burgundy. It actually looks more or less like a magenta, a very, very rich color. As I'm going along in this painting, I'm just getting the feel of where I want to place the colors. I'm a type of artist that I do like to have somewhat of a uniform look, a balanced look. That's why I do say that I like that color harmony to be very, very balanced. Please note that if you are more of a beginner at abstracts, you can go ahead and paint your certain areas one solid color. I have a tendency of always going back over my first layer or two with another additional layer of paint, and it depends on if my first coat is on the light side, I'll come back with a dark color on top of that first layer. But like I said, this painting will look beautiful even if it had just solid values throughout the whole painting. I also want to take note that at the beginning of this painting, as I laid in the marker to define the circles, I could have added more circles to it and even started up what I like to call my stained glass paintings. And then of course that's when you would use your solid color of choice here and there. Perhaps the next abstract that I do, I'll paint a stained glass painting. Moving along in my painting, I'm still on my rose, pinks, and burgundy colors. And here I'm beginning to blend my blue. And I've got a couple of different values of blues and two shades. I started with an ultramarine blue and added the titanium white to create a lighter blue. So I'll be working with like a medium blue, a light blue, the ultramarine blue, which is the dark blue, and I also have some light and medium color turquoise. So I'm laying in my harmony right now of the colors, and I'm putting in not just the blue on the solid white canvas, but also over my rose color. This again is my style of painting. You don't have to do it. You could just do a solid color if you like. It will still look very, very nice. I like the painterly look. It makes me feel like I'm painting. I believe that when you're new at abstract painting, keep it simple, and as you progress, you can start adding more and more techniques to one painting. This way it gives your viewer a chance to look around the painting and say, oh, you know, I see this and I see that. From this point, I'm going to continue to go back and forth with my different colors and keep that one layer after another continuing throughout the painting. So we'll just sit back and watch me paint. At this point of the painting, I started layering in more of my white. And the reason is I wanted to keep this more pastel. It was starting to look too dark to me. Because this is a large canvas, I'm going to be using a lot of energy painting it. I didn't sand the canvas, so it is a little rough, and it takes more effort to put my layers of paint on it. A lot of brush strokes are used. I also want to note that if you want to change the composition of this painting, now would be the time. And an example would be if I wanted to put in a couple of triangles just to break up that circular motion. I could do it just about anywhere I wanted to on the canvas, and it's going to look sharp. But here for this painting, I'm keeping it all circular. By now you should have noticed that my brush strokes are going right along with the curvature of the circle. And that would be for some of the circles, but not every one of them. In the inside, the inner part of the circle, I'll be using my vertical stroke. By now, the painting is starting to look very nice to me. It has a clean, clear look to it. My colors are very, very clean soft in some areas, vibrant in other areas. I do like this contrast and that harmony. I used both hard and soft edge techniques to create this painting. Well, I think I'm getting to the end of my painting. I want to thank you for spending your time with me to watch me paint. Please comment. I'd love to hear from you. And if you enjoyed it, like it for me. Also, if you would subscribe, you'll get notification on my next video and the future ones to come. I'm going to try to do one painting a week. That might be pushing it, but I'm going to try. I still want to get back to some of my landscapes and seascapes. Right here I'm using a hard surface roller and dry rolling my acrylic white glaze here and there all over the painting, just a little bit. I'm toning everything back, bringing it down. That's part of my technique. At the end of this video, I took some photographs of close-up views of the painting. You'll be able to see a little closer my brush strokes and the technique that I used.